Hello and welcome to Makala's Makala Podcast channel. Makala, meaning branches, Kasisuthu. My name is Amanda Masondo and I'm your host. We hope this podcast finds a way to impact, educate, and inspire your next. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Buzzsprout. Basically everywhere where you find your podcast fix. Every first and last Friday of every month. Hello and welcome to Hikima Council's Makala Podcast. I am your host, Amanda Masondo, and as per usual, if you're tuned in today, it means it's either the first or the last Friday of the month. It means you're plugged in. It means you are part of the crew. We are the crew. We are part of a community, a family. Welcome home. Thank you for joining us. As per usual, we're bringing you the best of the best, cream de la cream of the industry from various spheres, entrepreneurs that are doing amazing work in their various spheres. And today's guest is no different. But first things first, please like and subscribe. Do not forget, be a part of the movement. Get it first. Everywhere where you get your podcast fix, we are there. Click subscribe, be a part of the movement. Admin is done. Drops mic, we are finished. I'm going to introduce you now to my next guest. I'm very excited. I won't tell you about where we met. She was winning stuff and she was, winning awards and, red carpet kind of things. But, she'll tell you guys all about it. My guest today is Trudy Maleka. She is the managing director of Ambesha, Africa. Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Amanda.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming through. I want to start us off for people who do not know, who live under a rock and do not know what you do and the amazing work that you guys are doing. Give us an intro. Where were you born and raised? Where did it all start?
I was born in Mpumalanga, Tushpagrit, and raised by my grandmother, where I got the passion from the craft and weaving and sustainability. So it all started when I was 6 years old.
Okay.
And fast forward into 2015, I came across some gentlemen on the street of Joburg weaving seagrass baskets. So my grandmother used to weave seagrass mats. So when I saw some gentlemen weaving seagrass baskets, it really took me back to my upbringing and reminded me of my late grandmother. And I immediately asked to be taught the skill of weaving baskets. And later on in 2016, Ambesha Africa was born.
Oh my goodness. Back up. Where did you go to school? Are we going to school in Mpumalanga or when do we come to Joburg? Tell us the whole thing. Don't skip your stuff. What the East?
So I studied in Mpumalanga. I studied at Gabazana Primary School and I went to Eric and in Tlamahanshi and I completed my matric at Ian Mackenzie and went to study marketing at Valtech.
Okay.
And after marketing, I also studied postgraduating business management at Menkosa. And I've also graduated last year with an MBA also from Menkosa.
MBA and doctorate is coming on.
Yes.
Because I'm over achievers.
My sisters are very competitive and academic. So they are studying their PhD. So the pressure is very high. It's always high.
So you have no choice.
I have no choice.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Fair enough. Okay. So you clearly did courses that really did sort of propel you for where you are today. Was that intentional? Was that deliberate? Did you always know that entrepreneurship is something that you wanted to fulfill?
So growing up, I knew that I was different. I knew I was just like a different child, but I didn't know that I would land in a patio furniture manufacturing. At some point, I wanted to be a farmer. Probably, maybe I'll meet it again. But when I studied marketing, it was purely for just to get a job, and I did get a job. I worked at a banking sector, and from there. That's when I met the guys on the street in 2015 and I started doing furniture for my colleagues. And after that, I'm like, I need to do this on a full-time basis.
How did you tell your colleagues that you were weaving stuff on the weekends? How did that come about?
Oh, well, for me, it was easy. I think with my colleagues, it was easy. The difficult part, it was telling my parents, which I didn't. So when I started the business in 2016... My mom would have wanted me to get a good job, not stressing, because I think it's because where I come from, there isn't really much of entrepreneurs that you can look up to. So I understood where my mom especially was coming from. She just wanted me to just have a job and be secured, So for me, what I did is I went to register for postgraduate in business management. And I told my mom that there's a company, they want me, but they want me to have this course. Yeah. So please don't stress me this whole year. I won't be working. I'll be focusing on my studies. But I was actually doing my business. So I knew that, because, when you're starting, you don't even know what's going to happen. Yeah. And so I just wanted to not stress her and also not stress myself, because obviously she was going to call me every time.
So a lot of pressure, yeah.
Yeah. So I did not really study and then went for business. I did that while I was on business.
Okay. All right. So your company now starts, right? Tell me what your vision was for the company at inception. When you thought about what this company is supposed to represent, what was it initially?
So in the beginning, it was, I just needed to give clients freedom to choose and to custom make, because I saw a gap in the market. There wasn't really a lot of local manufacturers in terms of patio furniture. So, and for me, I struggled to get furniture that could fit on my small balcony at that time. Yeah. And that's when I made my own furniture. And I'm like, if I can give this service to myself, let me extend it to other clients. So in the beginning, I studied it just to bridge that gap in the market, have something that we can manufacture locally and have clients freedom to custom make their products.
Okay. So the business is how old now?
It's 8 years old.
8 years old, yeah? We're going into those teens now.
Yeah.
And teens are problematic, yeah, was there.
Yeah.
So now, obviously, it comes into effect. Now you're running a business. What did you think you understood about the world of business at the time? I know that you actually had you had school to back yourself up, which is a lot of people don't. So at least you had that. But what were some of the things that you thought could be easier, but turned out they weren't, or stuff that you thought, oh, this should have been harder, but it actually wasn't?
First of all, I wanted to control my time. I'm on boss, and I can. I can draw my own salary. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I wish they told me.
You wish somebody had told you.
And then it turned out that I was everything. I was the HR. I was the IT. So everything that needed to be solved, I was everything. And at some point, I used to do deliveries as well. And it was not as I thought it was. And but I just kept on going. Yeah, I kept on going. I think for the first 2 years, it was difficult. I didn't even have a salary for it. I had my first salary in 2018, and ever since, I haven't missed a salary. But so you can imagine, for 2 years, I didn't get a salary. And that's not what I thought. I thought, where's my money? Yeah. But there was a lot of learning. And
I don't know. You guys come here and you guys shock us. We want to be entrepreneurs also, but you guys come and tell us these good stories. Why?
No, it's possible. I mean, if I'm here 8 years later, it should mean something. Yeah. Though it's difficult, but if you have your vision, you set your goals, and you dedicate it, you work hard, I mean, you'll be here. Like I said to you, from 2018, I've never missed a salary. So it is a stable, business, and anyone can do it.
Yeah. Amazing. See, positivity. We love to hear it. Okay. So take me through the beginning stages, right? Some of the things that you said you were HR, tell me what the things that you really just didn't want to do, right? That you wanted to get off your list. The first thing that you started with, when you started hiring people to join your team, things that you said, this one, absolutely, outsource. I don't want to be the one responsible for this. And then things that you felt like you needed to empower yourself more and to learn and study more on.
So for me, it was definitely HR. In the beginning, it was like, oh, I have a friend who's not working. Can you take them? And that was the biggest mistake. Yeah, and you get to learn that even if you're a beginner, actually, when you are a startup, that's when you need strong, your staff so that they can help you grow. But I know it's also difficult because, like I said, I couldn't even afford to pay myself. So sometimes it's a bit challenging because if you have to get a qualified person, you need to be able to
Pay the qualified rate.
But for me, it's been HR. There's a lot of things. When you have someone, they are your responsibility. There's like a lot of compliance that comes with that. And yeah, so for me, I was so fortunate that at the early stage of my business, I entered like, like programs for small businesses, and I got to learn a lot from them. And they helped me, like, how to hire, how to do all these other things that I needed in a business, and those that I couldn't afford, and I could outsource them, yeah.
Okay. All right. So manufacturing is a difficult sector for anyone. And then when now West, black female, I mean, I'm sure the doors were closing on your face repeatedly, right? So took us through some of the barriers to entry, right, of entering that sector, some of the things that you found difficult, and some of the things that you actually, after learning more, now you feel like these are the things that people can look out for if they wanted to get into manufacturing.
So, I started the business as one of the very first few black female in the pasture furniture manufacturing industry. It was so difficult because firstly, you are a woman in a male-dominated industry. And, when you get to the customers, you need to prove that you can
make stuff.
Can you actually make the furniture,
Yeah.
So, but what helps is that if you do it well, then you have clients that they can back up, and your work as well can speak for you. So it really helps. But I think one of the most challenging thing in the beginning, it's lack of information. There's so many things and there's so many help that is available out there. But if you don't have access to information, it becomes so lonely. And yeah, so I think for me, one thing that I will do, I will say someone can do maybe when they start, look for information. It's available. Unfortunately, it's not easy to access it, but you have to go out and look for it. So once you have information, you will know that there's so many sectors like government, private entities, like they are helping businesses, but we just need to have that access to information.
Yeah. Okay, you speak a lot about in your profile and on your site about sustainability and that your products are green. It's quite green. Tell us about that and why you chose that route.
Yeah. So I don't know if I chose the route or the road chose me.
Somewhere in between the truth. Yeah.
So for me, it's when we started, like I said, we are very few local manufacturers of pasture furniture.
Yeah.
So
you're the first black one I know.
So to get access to the hospitality industry was very tough. And they already have their suppliers, and they just were not even interested in listening. So, but then COVID hit, and there's no import. So
they must look
around, and they also check if they can prolong what they already have. And we're there, to assist them. So in the beginning, it was like, okay, fine. We help clients to refurbish their products and, prolong it. But then when I looked into it, I'm like, I'm doing something positive to the environment. And when I have to trace back, like I said, my inspiration comes from my grandmother. She used to weave seagrass net. Her tools that she used to weave the seagrass was an old radio battery. And she also used old plastic to weave the grass net. So that actually, for me, it started from a very young age, and where we used to repurpose items like, your ice cream containers, like your mayonnaise containers as well.
Yeah.
So we've been doing that, but it was not with understanding of what it does to the environment. For us, it was like the situation back then. But when you look at it, it has been instilled from a very young age that when you use something, it can prolong its lifespan. And for me to do it now we use a very strong material, very durable. And so our clients, the client that buy from us, they don't really have to replace their furniture. So that's also great because we don't have, we like help clients not to like, having items ending up on the landfill. So that's a huge contribution to the environment. And I'm really excited about that. Like, yeah.
Amazing. I mean, if it just goes to show that if you take care of the environment clearly takes care of you. Yeah. That's amazing. Tell us about, obviously initially it was just one man, but obviously now 8 years later, there are people that contribute and help you, this brand become what it is today. Tell us about the people that assist you, and how many people that you hire.
Currently, we are 16, including myself. So we have like from your carpentry and your tailors, your weavers, and your admin side of things. And then we outsource so it's extended actually. So 16 plus the outsourced one, which is more when we outsource like your accounting and all that. But then what I can say also, like I mentioned earlier, it's finding yourself in programs that support small business. That's what helped us, because oh my gosh, they were a huge support. When you're at the office and they say your back office, so they've been my back office, they've been there for me. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to even mention them.
You can mention them.
So yeah,
them a shout out.
So shout out to SAB Foundation. And Fedola, and now, with a business partner, I look forward to great, relationship and your NSBC. So it's been a combination of a lot of support, and also my family, especially my sisters, though they don't get payment, but they help me.
The emotional stakeholders of the brand. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, a lot of entrepreneurs that come onto this couch have also mentioned that they are a little bit, some of them feeling like as your company grows, right, they're feeling like it's a little bit stagnant in terms of the support now. Because obviously now at beginning stages, there's certain things that you need, and it's amazing for that. In fact, they call it, one entrepreneur said, entrepreneurs in South Africa are the most well-trained. Lots of training programs, lots of things that help them assist. But then to get to the other side is what's so difficult. Are you finding that you're sort of leaning towards that stage yet?
It is difficult. I must not lie to you.
Yeah.
It is difficult. So I thought in the beginning, when you're in this journey, once you pass that startup, then it's fine.
Yeah.
But then comes the growth, and then it feels like you're back to where you were. So it's very difficult. And you're right. I think we have a lot of support in terms of training. We get trained a lot, Yeah. So then sometimes you lack access to other things that needs to come with, growth, things like your finance and all that. So we can be good. And sometimes I also think that if you are trained and they trust in you, that whatever that they trained you on,
it.
But yeah, they should be able to have that access to funding.
Yeah.
But for me, like I said, with the SAP Foundation, they've been a great partner. They support me, with training, with finance. So they've just been that great partner.
Amazing. Okay. Now that we're moving forward to growing this brand, because we want us to reach 25 years and 30 years and, you know what I mean, until infinity, until generations to come, they must run this business. Everybody must know where to get your furniture. What are some of the things that you think you need, right, as a business owner right now in order for you to propel yourself to the next?
Brands, they are well known.
Yeah.
So whether they whether their furniture is competitive or if they are known, clients will really pick them first.
Yeah.
So for me, I think is that exposure.
Okay. If you talk about collaborations, a lot of entrepreneurs also speak about how there needs to be more collaborations amongst yourselves in order for you guys to propel yourselves. Because sometimes, government's not coming, corporate's not coming, so sometimes all you have is yourself. Are you finding that it's easier now as your business is 8 years old? Are you finding that there are more people that you are able to pick up the phone and say, can I do this with other entrepreneurs that offer certain services that you guys can partner with? Are you finding that a little bit easier?
Yes, it's possible, and we also do it. But I think there's still also a lot of learning that still needs to take place. I think previously, when you success, it has to be that one person. But now when you collaborate, you can actually go far. So I think we still need to learn that it's okay to all be successful. And for me, I think it's just like, like when you're at home and your neighbor buys a car, it should be celebrated in a community, because we now know that we need to go to the hospital, this person. It shouldn't be that it's a competition. Now they bought a car, they think they're better. So I think if we collaborate and we celebrate each other, we can go far.
Yeah, I love that example, 100%, because my key didn't win. Why? It's our customers.
Exactly. We should celebrate. At least that if I need something, Angel and Mikey is here.
Exactly. Yeah. Sure. Okay. So the state of the economy. Let's go there. There's been a lot of headwinds, a lot of things that are making entrepreneurship difficult. There was unrest, there was COVID, there were so many other things that came into the mix and made entrepreneurship just difficult. Just to do business in South Africa or anywhere was a little bit hard. What are some of the things that really affected your business directly? And how did you guys make it to the other side? Including, obviously, no lights, no water.
So a lot, like, like your load shedding, and it's lots because we have to find ways to get power, and it's more expensive. So it really dips into our cash flow. But I think one thing that we can learn from it is to be innovative. Like, we should take each and every situation and find ways that we can, how we can survive, if there's any solutions that are needed, and find if maybe our business, I think in a business, there's so many departments that can come out of it. Like, look for things that complement your business and don't just focus on one thing. So I think if we can be innovative, and so for me, I don't look at life as if it's something that is going to be easy all the time. So I dance in the rain and just look for ways to move on.
Yeah. Agility. She dances in the rain.
Yeah.
Yes, love it. Okay. Let's talk about maybe your leadership style, right? Now you employ 15 employees sharp. Now you are, I don't know if you thought you could be a boss before. What are some of how would you describe your leadership style to start off with? And then how has it evolved over the years?
Okay, first of all, I've never managed anyone.
And in your whole life.
Not even one,
I hear you.
Yeah, so for me, I like empowering my staff and giving them everything that they need to know. And so I don't have to micromanage them. If they know what they need to do, and they do it, and it allows me to attend events, to be in places such as this, they know what they need to do. So, and I'm so grateful, especially with my weavers. They are the best. They've been with the business for over 5 years, 6 years, most of them, and they are very dedicated. Everything is owed to them. Yeah.
Sure, that's amazing. That's amazing. But if we ask them, they're going to tell us the same thing. Or you want us to ask them?
I don't know. Go ahead and ask them. They will say you this.
Just making sure. Making sure. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's why they are here for 6 years. I think it's more than money. You understand, you can be with a person because of different reasons. So I treat them very well. And they treat me very well. That's why I say everything I owe it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So running a business obviously is probably the most difficult thing one can ever do. Knowing what you know today, start me off with what you thought entrepreneurship was versus what it is, what you actually find that it is? And then if you would do it again, given an opportunity.
Oh, I thought, I thought everything was great. I thought,
Grass was
like,
green.
oh, yeah. I'm like, bye-bye. The grass is green on the other side. Oh my gosh, it's not easy. I think one of the things that I really didn't know, or what I experienced few months or a year, I think mental health. Yeah, it gets crazy.
Okay.
Gets so crazy. And it goes with a lot of affirmation. So, you wake up every day and there's just so many things that are telling you that, what, that's it. So you have to do a lot of affirmation. And also for me, the responsibility that I have. So I'm a mom of two, and, I have my family, but then I have my staff, So sometimes some other decision, I just couldn't throw in the towel, because when I look at my responsibility, my staff combined have more than 72 beneficiaries that benefit from the existence of our business. So imagine that whole, so they know. That's why I say my staff, I owe it to them, because when things are not great, they want to make it work, not necessarily because they want to take something home, but because I believed in them and they believed in me. So I think they the mental part of it, you need to have a great support. So my husband has been very supportive, and my family has been very supportive. And also where I come from, there wasn't really a lot of role models. So it's like I need to give someone hope. Yeah, I come from a very rural area. So for them to see me happening, imagine what it does to them. It means it's possible. They have someone that they can relate to.
Yeah.
So I think you need to be strong and you need to be very prayerful. And for me, if you ask if I can do it again, I can do it again. It's a calling.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've studied. I've got sisters that we motivate each other to study, but and I believe I can be employable, but I'll still take this journey. Yeah.
So no paycheck, you don't want a 13th check, stable income. We have got that abuse. But that's beautiful, yeah.
No, it's a calling.
Yeah, there must be something a little bit.
It's not for you to.
Yeah, I love that. I love that so much. Okay, let's talk about the manufacturing sector, right? And just the industry, because it's interior decorating, or it's exterior decorating rather. What are some of the trends that you guys are picking up that are either growing in Africa or growing in South Africa, that you feel like are the next big thing that's going to come out of the sector? What should we look out for?
I think sustainable practice.
Yeah.
So climate change is one of the pressing issues of our time. That's why even in our business, we have made it our commitment to manufacture furniture that is sustainable and eco-friendly.
Okay. So that way we're getting snow in November.
Yeah.
It's good enough. Okay, talk us through your design process, right? How do you come about with the design, or do you lean on what the customer wants, or how does it work?
Okay. So we have our own design that the client can choose from.
Yeah.
Or you can come up with a design, or we help you with a design, and then we manufacture the raw material in-house. So you can choose your color in the shape of the cane as well. You understand?
What are some of the wildest colors you've seen? People after you red furniture.
Yeah. We've seen a lot, And yeah, so we do that to manufacture. Then we weave. So each piece, it's hand woven.
Yeah. And where are you making? Where are you based? Where are you making these?
We are in Riversons and Fourways.
Oh, okay. And is that an internal manufacturing plant?
Yes. Yeah.
You must come visit. Wait a minute, we must go shoot there, my sister.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. Okay. Let's give you three. I was gonna say 5, but give me 3 tips for entrepreneurs that are wanting to start up. They are maybe the one entrepreneur, she's got an idea. She's still at that idea stage and she's just stuck in that corporate job and she doesn't want to make that jump because she's really attached to the salary. Just give them tips on what you need and the grit that is required to be an entrepreneur.
I think the first advice will be to jump. Say they're scared of jumping, jump.
Okay.
So the first one, jump. And the second one, you'll be okay. To access it. Yeah. Accessing that information to find help, it's not easy. Like it is available. Like the help is available. I mean, there's so many help or there's so many organizations that are willing to help us. Some of them I don't even know. I still need to access them. So they will be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jump.
Yeah.
That's the advice. Trudy says jump.
Jam.
Do you have a favorite Ambesha product at the moment?
The floating tray.
Yes.
The floating. So everywhere I go on holiday, all my friends know are you gonna bring the floating tray? So we'll call the hotel and ask, do you already have it? If you don't have, so even now I went to Mount Grace. So wherever I go, like I'll go with the floating tray, and if they don't have it, I leave it. Like they have to buy it. I get clients. They say, come.
Marketing.
Keep trying the floating tray, and I'm like, see, your clients want it.
Order more. That is amazing. Tell us about your client base. Are you finding that you have who's your clientele? When you look at your numbers and you look at your data, who are your clients? Is it young professionals? Who is it?
Okay, so we cater to the hospitality industry and your homeowners, property developers, your retail. We sell through their platform like your Macro, Leroy Merlin, your Ticket, your Amazon, and we also sell to like exports, Namibia, Zambia, Seychelles, and just like that.
Amazing. And are you finding that the client generally is the same? Are you finding that selling abroad or selling on the continent is different, or how's it different so we're selling in South Africa?
Yeah, so when we sell abroad, it's usually your hospitality industry.
Hotels are calling yeah.
But then locally you have like your homeowners, like
Amanda wants to zhuzh up her patio
and we like it with the homeowners because even if they're actually buying the same product that we already have, they just want, as long as they can give us a price. So they've custom me, that thing, I made it my own way. Yeah. So I think that excitement that we give clients, that freedom to choose their favorite colors and mix colors.
And mix colors together, that is amazing. Okay, and you said you would do it all again, and
I'll do it all again.
So where are we going? What's the future? What does the future hold for Ambesha Africa?
Oh, so what we plan to do because of the demand. So when I started the business, it was just only the manufacturing part, like new products. But then along the way, we had to do a lot of repairs, and we're getting a lot of clients coming for that service. And because our products are handmade, they need a lot of people to do that. So what we're also planning is to partner with organizations with people living with disability to train them the skill to weave so that we can meet the demand. So we want to be in each and every province giving that service, especially so we're going to partner with them, those organizations to help us train more weavers. So we are accredited as well to train. And so that's what the future looks like.
Okay, and then we're going international. Are we listing on the New York Stock Exchange, on the JSC,
everything?
Grata everything. Amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And then you just got an award.
Yeah.
Tell us all about it.
Sure. We try.
Business partners.
Business partners. Oh my gosh, I love actually, the story behind business partners. So I was invited. I actually looked at the name tag too because they had a date. I was invited to an event by business partners. Actually, it was not business partners. So business partners were presenting there. So when they presented so well. And
You're like, I want to be a part of this.
Yes, and then I followed them. I'm like, okay, this one, because one of our biggest challenges, our workshop space, it's very small, and to get funding for workshop, it hasn't been easy. Like, they can fund you for anything else, but not investing on property. So to hear business partners saying that they can fund for, like, for a factory, and I was like, this is my guy.
They're speaking my language, yes.
So I followed them, and then I saw a competition, and then I entered, and actually I was very down when I entered business-wise, and I'm like, okay, let me enter, let me see if someone else out there see what I see.
Yes, yeah.
And then they called me, and they say they nominated me. I mean, for me, the nomination itself was like, it was a done deal.
Yeah.
Like, I was so happy to be recognized. And I remember when they called me, they said there's an interview. I didn't think it was intense. I think a business partner was one of the competitors that, wow, this
rigorous process, yeah.
So then there's a panel of judges, and I was just expecting one person to interview. And now I'm like thinking, oh my God, that is a panel of judges and all that. But then it went on and on up to the night. And, it was 5 nominees on one category, and they're doing so great. We do great as well, but when we have to read other people's stories,
you see how much other people are doing.
I remember I was actually taking a video. I'm like, okay, I just want to see, and it was like, so when they announced, I couldn't believe, and for me, it was the impact that it will have in my community, just to see them, like, someone that they know.
Someone that looks like them.
Yes. I hope that this award and my success helps someone to relate, and so they can look at me and they need to start as well, because it's possible. I mean, I didn't have all these things that are available for other people, and for me to be here today and winning that, it was like, it's not only for me, but it's for where I come from.
Oh, yeah.
And the stuff as well. But for my community, I wanted them to like believe in themselves, like dream big, and go for what they want. And they should look at having a business as an option, not just to like look for weight. I know that not all of us can be business owners, but they shouldn't see it as a limit.
100%. Trudy, thank you so much. That was amazing. To the lady that dances in the rain, that she says agility is nothing. We can do it all again and again and again. Ladies and gentlemen, Trudy Maleka. Thank you, man.